Now we are informed that this is Vicky Balch from Alton Towers. We do have a few questions still. In fact, all our questions as yet have not been answered. We've had an enormous amount of bile by the likes of Dan. But no answers. Okay. I just wish to look at this girl here and to ask some more questions. And questions are my right to ask. And it is nobody else's right to deny me the right to ask questions. We do not live in a communist state, though the opposition would like us to be. Well, us to be, not themselves. Because they would like to form the hierarchy and demand of us do as they say and not do as they do. Now this here is, as we say, Vicky or Victoria Balch. Notice her features, length of her hair, her shoulders, her arms, her frontage, her hands, her legs. Okay. And then look at this one. This is Victoria Balch. You say, what the heck? Eh? Excuse me? Yes, exactly. This is Vicky Balch. Or is this Vicky Balch? Two different faces. Completely two different faces. And of course she's got no tattoo down here. Her hands are thick. Hair is long. It's coloured. Features different. Aren't they? Her fingers. Somebody has tried their best to match the fingers and have failed, because these fingers are far, far too long for any human being. Alright, this has been photoshopped. They've overdone it, just like they did with Mason in Salt Lake City when they gave him like a 26-inch piggy neck to his head. That looked ridiculous, didn't it? This little egg-shaped head on like a 26-inch neck. The Klondikes. Not only has this been manipulated, this is photoshopped, but equally we can see it's photoshopped because this should be the same size as this, as it is in all the photographs. But it isn't. It's thinner than this. Also got a tattoo on here. There's no tattoo coming down here. Should be at least touching the edges here. Okay. What else is wrong? What else is evidently wrong that this has been photoshopped? We dealt with the hands. Alright. The fingers are far too long. Like Robbie Parker with that 4 or 5 foot arm. Looked ridiculous, didn't it? Well, it's like this. You go into a shop and you buy some shorts and each leg is equal to the other. I mean, it would look stupid, wouldn't it, if you've got an opening of, say, 20 inches on one part of the shorts and 30 inches on the other. No, they're both like 20, 20, okay? So, bearing that in mind, how the hell is this as tight on this leg as this is tight on this leg being bigger than that leg? Surely they would be baggy round here. Oh, how to cock up in 5 minutes. That's these boys. Hey? I don't know. And of course, you've gone to hospital, you see, you're a young girl and full of vim. And you're extremely, extremely upset. And you decide, having had your leg off, all smiles, as here, you'll just have your hair cut. And died. Yeah, that's what I'll do, just have my leg off, don't matter about anything else. Get my hair cut and died. And then think, oh, hang on a minute, if I go onto TV, am I going to get my hair back? Because it's back when it's getting on TV, isn't it? It's back like this when it's on TV. How the hell do you get your hair back like that? Huh? It's the last thing you want a pig into is have your hair done. That's when you're picking hair done. It's your picking legs. Your limbs missing. Oh my goodness. Hey? And you got the tattoo, alright? Okay. So, let's go for physio, baby. Oh, it's gone. Oh, so did you have that removed as well then, eh? Huh? So, what stage did you have your tattoo removed? When she came into the hospital, so-called, okay, she so-called came into the so-called hospital in the footage that we've put up, Alton Towers hoax tattoos. She had a tattoo on her left leg, alright, and her left leg was a different colour than her right leg. That tattoo was different than the tattoo that we've just seen. So she had two picking tattoos. She had a tattoo when she went into a hospital, had it removed, and then added another one, and then she had it removed again while she's in physio. And her face altered and her hair grown. What is it all about? And her fingers changed. Her hands are stubbier as those hands. Those hands are not those hands, are they? And what is more, okay, these hands, let's go and see if we can get a closer look at them. Those hands are stubbier. That face is different. The hair's gone. Right, you think that's bad? You really think that's bad? Look at this one. This is Victoria Balch. How would you get thicker hands? I can understand if you become obese, big friggin' arms, and big, well, she must have had transplants here. This is supposed to be Victoria Balch. How would you get the thickening of the fingers? You can increase everything else exponentially, but you can't do the picking fingers. Which one is Victoria Balch? Please stand up, Victoria Balch. This one with the fingers? Or this one with stumpies? This one with the fingers? Sorry, we'll come back to him in a minute. Hey, look at him. See? Well, this one here, let's just go on. Can we go on one? Was it back? Back. Or this. Or are we going to say, alright, that she is, let's see now, this one with the extended fingers. Make up your minds, ladies and gentlemen. This one with the Photoshop, so the shorts just fit nicely to that stump. It has been said actually by a commentator, quite well said actually, what is preventing them airbrushing out these girls' legs, parts of their legs? What's stopping them in the footage? So that they've all got actual legs. Good point. I would think that the person that came into the studio with the bionic leg was probably a real amputee. Now for Leah Washington, now that is a difficult one, because there's some footage with Leah Washington that doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. And with Leah Washington, there's only one Leah Washington. There's, as we've seen, there are Vicky Walshes, Balches rather, all over the place. Why manipulate the footage here to this young girl who is presented as Victoria Balch? Why manipulate it? Is it that she's actually got her legs? Is it? Why else would they manipulate this? Why else would they Photoshop it? You know, I'm asking the question at the minute in my mind. Was there a problem in finding the right character to represent Vicky Balch, and that they had to hurry things along so they got persons in to represent her, and until it came to the interviews then they found somebody who could go onto TV with actually a false leg, a bionic leg? Is that the way it works? I mean, I'm only asking a question. Is that the way it works? Is that why this here has been photoshopped? So it gives them time in order to get somebody who can play the part. Fair question. Isn't it? They do have a problem, don't they? Especially with the spider hands. With these hands. Hey? Because they don't change. They can't change. Except if you Photoshop them. The same with Dan. Isn't it? There's Dan. That's presented to us, this young man, as Dan. Dan the paper man. He's victorious. Bit of stuff. Okay? This is Victoria. Again. Different. Why should they, if this was a real event, I'm asking the question, alter this fella from this photograph to that? The two are completely and utterly different. There's the rounded jawline for a start. That's gone. More like a stub. Why? Sorry. The head as well is different. See how it goes around, whereas that's more like flat, as though he's had hit a train with it. The only persons that have stayed the same is Leah Washington and this chap here, who claimed that he didn't know these two, and yet these two claim that they know him and Leah. I think really that we've said enough, really, asked enough questions about this, isn't it? Eh? Stumpy hands. There you go, you see what is going on here. This is at some club. I don't know if we can get a better picture of that. That one there, isn't it? There you go. At Croston Sports Club. You see, the hands have it as much as the face has it, much as the body has it, much as the tattoo has it. Tattoo coming into hospital, then changes, is removed, and you can see it again. Oh, it just goes on and on and on. It's like the train itself, wasn't it? That came down the track, as it were, went up the other side. There was not sufficient momentum to go up the other side. It wasn't meant to go up the other side by the looks of it. And you just happen to have a chap called Hamilton at the bottom, at the right time of the day, at the right ride, taking footage of the right portion of the ride, with the right coach coming down the track at the right time. And as we've seen on the footage, the coaster comes down, it goes up the other side. You can see clearly there's no intention that it's going to go up the other side and over. It goes up, we don't hear a bang. Hamilton then manages just to get the coach itself coming back down into the gully, as it were, and turns away. Why? Why? We don't hear any crash. We don't see any other coach coming down. Why did he turn away? Why was he there at that specific time, on that specific day, at that specific ride, at that specific point, filming at that specific time, that specific coach? And then turn away when it went up the other side, specifically turn away, deliberately turn away when it went up the other side, and he didn't quite cut it off fast enough, because we see the coach coming down by itself and we hear no crunch. So what the hell is going on here at Alton Towers? Don't you stalkers bypass our questions, because you can't answer our questions, by trying to divert us to the question as why would Alton Towers do this? Because they would lose revenue, so they wouldn't do this. Well, who the hell are you to speak about anything if you can't answer our questions? If you can't answer our questions, you cannot come to the result, can you? You can't have the answer. If you can answer our questions, then you will know why this was done, by whoever it was done by, because we know. You followed the thread. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. Because if I say to you lot, you opposition, it was done for this reason, you'll just dismiss it. And I'm not going to give you the satisfaction. Not going to give you the satisfaction. You work it out. I'm not going to do the work for you. I've done enough work for you, and you're going to reject the pigging lot because you are the opposition, and it is your duty, your bound duty, to ignore the truth and to fight against those that declare the truth. It's your duty as much as my duty and the duty of others to stand and defend the truth. And we're not going to back down. You boys think we're going to back down. We will not back down. And we will win in the end, even though the odds look to be against us. And as the Dans of this stupid world go, oh, we got multitudes on our side. Yeah, well, multitudes are going to hell, my dear boy. The multitudes are going to hell, on the broad road of hell. Only those that stand for the truth are going the other way. These boys never learn, these children. And you state to them and they just ignore you because they think they're it.